Kia ora Canterbury and welcome to Canterbury Live on Monday the 21st of September. Wow, didn't the boys do well? Yes, we have one in the can against Argentina. There's always the critics, they could have done this, they could have done that, but who cares really? They've won. But Japan, my goodness, over South Africa. Bit embarrassing, isn't it? Crikey, move quickly on. But anyway, yes, the World Cup is underway. Hey, before we go any further, last week there's some wonderful changes happening here at CTV and just want to acknowledge that. We are now with the family of Star Media. So how does it affect you as a viewer? Nothing. It's just going to get bigger and better, but we're all very excited. The future is looking very promising. So keep on watching and we'll keep you informed and on the journey. Rightio. Birthdays. Is it your birthday today? If it is, many happy returns. I hope you're spoilt today and have a wonderful time. But you do share it with three lovely people. First up, very funny man, Bill Murray. There he goes, eating a goldfish, as you do. 65 today. He has been in many movies. You know, probably one of my favourites would be Lost in Translation, but you know, Groundhog Day and all that there. So good time. 65 and looking mighty fine as well. Liam Gallagher. He's looking very different from the Liam I knew in Oasis. Bit of a short haircut. Still a muso, but is now designing fashion, and he is 43. Last but not least, there she is, Nicole Richie. Wow, you should probably need a couple of cheeseburgers there, lovely, but she's not too bad. 34 today, and she's doing her own TV program now as well, but she is looking quite stunning, to be fair. Rightio, moving right along. Since we saw you last Wednesday, a couple of major things have happened. One, Duchess of Cambridge, she has a fringe. I know, stop the press. But if she's anything like Jennifer Aniston, if you can remember the days of Friends, every time she changed her hairstyle, the hairdressers were inundated with ladies wanting to look just like Jennifer. I think her Kate may trump that, and I think she's rocking it. She's a wonderful looking lady. And last but not least, Kanye West. He's got a bit of an attitude, he's doing things quite well, and of course with his Mrs. Kim Kardashian West, well, he had a fashion show last Thursday, and I'm just going to leave you with a visual, and you tell me exactly what you think. And can anyone wear beige? Yeah, no, not anyone. Even models, they even look different. Anyway, that was his fashion show, and it was in conjunction with Adidas. Now look at that front row at the fashion show. You've got Anna Wintour there, who is God when it comes to fashion. Amazing, amazing. Next to her, Kim, their daughter, North, on her knee. But let's scoot over, and there's our lovely Lord. She's even in the front row with the family. How'd you do that? Quite cool indeed. But anyway, there, a little bit of trivia. Did you need to know about it? No, you didn't, but hey, there it goes anyway. Rightio, Hoyt's Movies. Thanks to the family, we have some winners to announce today. May Lowe and Trudy Longson. Congratulations, you'll be heading along to Hoyt's. Now, there's some great movies coming out, so make sure you head along. And speaking of that, we do have some more giveaways. Vegetarian Expo. Do you like your veggies? If you don't, it'd be quite cool to head along to CPIT. It's happening on Sunday the 27th of September between 10 and 4:30 on Madras Street. So there we are, some tickets. Hoyt's Movies, yes, we talked about the movie tickets, but also Casanova Productions. Their latest production is called Stitched Up. It's like the behind the scenes of the Emperor's new clothes. Very funny indeed. Now, is there a baby on the horizon in your family, or you know someone? They could win this beautiful Purple Patch gift basket. There's everything in there you really want. There's linen, there's a beautiful baby blanket, there's a little elephant, there's lots of toys, and I was just saying with the old baby soap. Baby smells so good, and there's oil and the old talcum powder. Very cool. And for September though, Ira Mitchell-Kirk has this wonderful painting that she has for you to win for your home or your business. Now, for any of these prizes, all you need to do, really simple, just go to our website, ctv.co.nz, and go to our competition page and enter through there. It's as simple as that. Rightio, coming up on today's show, fresh spring rolls, yummo, and we're heading into the kitchen with Nourish and Nicola. Brent Lattimore is here, Focus Financial, giving us all that wise wisdom. Karen Deegan, Now, we asked you, what did you want to talk about with Karen today? And you've answered, it's about removing the negativity from your world. Car Beyond News with Alfie, and he has invited guest Lance Morrison from Morrison Cars. And an awesome event is happening at Jets Northlands. You'll learn all about how you could be a part of it. And the beautiful Benita Danger will be performing with What a Wonderful Word. Oh, but there we go. There's a siren. There is. And it could be my first guest. Hi Scott, how are you?
Hi, how are you going?
Now you've been a very, very busy wee chappie. Did you actually hear the music coming in?
Yeah.
Roadhouse Blues, you like that? Keep your eyes on the road, yes. Because there wasn't a lot of that happening, was there?
No.
In Riccarton last week, tell us.
No, we've been doing an operation all week on distraction, Canterbury wide, and people focusing on people distracted when they're driving, and mainly on cell phones. And on Riccarton Road last week, we caught over 100 people texting or talking on their phones as they're driving along. And that was only in about 10 checkpoints.
So, okay, talk us through it. So you had 10 different units set up all along Riccarton Road. Is that how you...
generally we'd have a spotter
okay.
watching, and then you have units on either Straven or Riccarton Road catching them as they drive down. And we'd be there for a couple of hours a day, 3 hours a day, and yeah, just out of control the number of people who were texting and using their phones.
How disappointing. After all of the communication that we've had, no pun intended about communication, but you know, after all the publicity we've had about not texting when you're driving.
Well, it's been all over the media last week. We had the front page of the press saying we were doing this operation, and yet after that people are still continuing to text and drive. And they think it's not going to affect them. I think it's a risk that they're going to prepare to take. But 22 people died last year because of distraction, and a big hunk of that is cell phones. And it's just a very dangerous risk to take.
Well, that's it also saying about accidents caused, because when you do have your units that come out to assess an accident, they know if someone's been on a phone. It's probably one of the things they check, isn't it? To see when the last calls were made or where the phone was in relation to.
And yes, exactly. And there's a lot of crashes that we don't hear about that are caused by cell phones, where people are sitting at lights texting and the cars come up behind them on a green light thinking they're going to pull away and they don't. And a lot of those ones we don't even hear about. So 10% of serious and fatal crashes, but who knows how many of the nose tails are cell phone crashes as well.
Which are annoying. Panel beat, you've got to do all those sort of things.
Well, that costs everybody, because when insurance companies have to pay out for cars, someone has to pay, and they don't take it on the chin, they pass it on. So.
Hey, apart from the texting, what else are people doing in their cars?
Well, distraction is a whole wide area, but last week we had people doing their makeup, little dogs on their laps, running around on their laps.
What?
People eating, a lot of people eating as they're driving, reaching across for water bottles, playing with their stereos, just the full gambit of behaviours really.
Well, I have a story for you. I don't know if this is going to top things there, but I was driving down Waireki Road, as you do, and a lady pulled out in front of me, had to brake for her, but that's another story. But anyway, there was a mum on the dashboard, there she was, all her spreads set up, son in the back seat with his lunchbox open, and she was making his lunch.
Yeah.
As she was driving along. I couldn't believe it.
And how much attention was she paying to the road?
Well, not a lot.
You already said that you had to brake to avoid it.
I had braked. She didn't look when she pulled out.
And what would have happened if a child had stepped out from a car, or a cyclist had moved across the road to change lanes? It's just a huge risk to take.
Yeah.
And it's not about the $80 fine and the 20 demerit points that comes with the ticket. It's about changing that behaviour and reducing that risk.
What is going to change people's mindset then? Because it's not going to happen overnight.
It's just a never-ending battle. We will be doing more checkpoints this week, but it's business as usual for the police. We'll be doing checkpoints right through the year on this, and perhaps in time that behaviour will change, but some people won't get it until they're involved in a crash, and that'll be the defining moment, whether that's an injury crash or a nose tail. That'll be the...
So should we be turning the phone off and putting it in a handbag or a briefcase, or out of sight?
The biggest problem I see is people having it on their lap or between their legs. If it's sitting right there, when you stop at a red light, it's so easy to pick up.
Yeah.
Or if it vibrates between your leg, people are moving, trying to get the phone out. Don't have it sitting in your pocket or sitting on your lap. Put it in the glove box, put it in the middle console, leave it in your handbag on the floor, and then it's not that temptation, because if you have it right there, you will use it. because it's it's second nature to a lot of people.
And that is the temptation, isn't it? That's it, if it's in there. You talked about makeup before. I mean, I've seen it too. People doing their hair as well. Is it because we're so busy? Is it excuses that people are using? Or what are they telling you when you pull them over, like what happened last week in Riccarton?
Oh, we get a variety of reasons. A lot of people, they just don't think they'll get caught. And they still don't believe that until we pull them up. It's just one of those things that people have been in the habit for so long, and even though the law changed 5 years ago, some people didn't change with it.
Right, okay. Do we need to re-educate? Do we need to start younger, so our fresh new drivers, or are they the problem? Is there an age of offenders, or is it right across the board?
Well, just from my observations last week, texting seemed to be generally more females. Actually, up talking on the phone generally seemed to be males, particularly older males. Kind of different demographics. A lot of tradespeople and business people are on the phone talking. And a lot of girls are texting. I saw one last week holding the steering wheel with her knees and texting with both hands.
No.
So,
Jeepers. Okay, it's quite skillful, but we don't like those skills happening when you're trying to be driving. When you're driving down the street.
She went straight through an intersection, a busy intersection, head down, texting like that. If anyone had turned in front of her, she would never have even known where the car came from.
Bluetooth. It's so readily available though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So why are people not investing in that, especially trades? But don't you find that quite shocking?
Yeah.
That companies, they're driving around these flash Hiluxes and all the shebang, still holding the phone?
We had one last week that had Bluetooth, but he had the phone up to his ear talking, and we said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Oh, I've got the Bluetooth set up for the other phone. This is my second phone." So, but the Bluetooth often can do two phones.
Right, exactly.
I've seen them with the Bluetooth on the visor, and they say, I haven't got around to reading the instruction manual yet. So they've bought it, they've had it in the car, but they just, they haven't got that mindset to do anything about it.
To get it sorted. Hey, it's always lovely seeing you, but not under these circumstances. So many silly people out there, and the heat's not going to come off them though. No, it's not. So just stop doing it. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
And thanks to you and your team as well. Rightio, stay with us after the break. We're in the kitchen with Nicola, yummy spring rolls, and Brent Latimer is here. We're talking about security. Brent Latimer, how are we today?
I'm very good, and you?
Well, really good actually.
Good.
There's been a lot of talk about money though, especially last week, and so where we are at the moment. Today is about budget on security.
Yeah, quite a simple one today.
Yeah, it is, which is good.
It's because everyone, well, not everyone, sorry, but we all have a basic wage or a basic salary that comes in, and then a few people earn bonuses and commission and things like that, and when they earn that commission, it all gets washed up into the whole realm of day-to-day spending. So what we suggest is you take that commission, you never budget on it, you never work on the basis, I'm going to earn 10 grand, if in 2 months' time we're going to use it for this. You just work hard, and when it comes in, you put it straight aside into your savings account. So it's not budgeted on anything at all for day-to-day spending, because it does get lost quite easily.
That's discipline though.
Yeah, it has to be discipline, yeah. But I mean, it's easy enough to do. Well, I think it is. It's just because you should survive, in theory, on your day-to-day costs, and on your day-to-day income. So anything extra is a bonus, and so it should be easy enough to put it aside.
But I guess when people are taking on new roles, and part of their package may be bonuses
absolutely.
and that, so they may take a lower base salary.
Correct.
Because they know the earning potential there. So what do you say for those that are actually looking at a new vocation and thinking, I'm actually thinking of the whole package?
Yeah, the whole package. And look, and it also depends on what the partner does, or if there's two people in there, because I actually have some people that save one income and live off the other. So sometimes, which is quite good if you can do it.
Yeah, if you can do it. Exactly.
But for those people, I guess, if a commission component, and I guess they've got to really sit down and have a think about it before they go into the job and go, well, because if commission is part of your income and you have to earn that commission to live day to day, you've sort of got to wonder, because what happens if you don't earn that commission?
That's it, because it's not guaranteed.
No. So it's sort of thinking, well, hey, do we then cut back on our expenses to fit my new base income, and then allow for the fact that commission's extra. I don't know, it's probably easy for me to say, but that's sort of how I look at it. You would sit there and work on that. You know, you will know, look, I'm going to get 30 grand a year. It's 10 grand less than what I was earning before. Can I either cut back on my expenses to make a difference, or, because what happens if you don't? If you don't earn that commission, you can't pay your rent, or...
I'm going to throw one out there. How about if you're 100% commission? If you actually don't have a base salary?
Well, in theory, 100% commission, because I am technically too, but I know each year what I need to earn to cover my day-to-day costs. So in some ways you're still become you're working at a base income, so you know what your day-to-day costs are every year, and you might know that you have to earn 40 grand a year, and that covers all your day-to-day costs, and anything over and above that is extra, and that's what you put aside. So it's actually sitting there working out what you actually need to earn as a base income from your commission, if that makes sense, and then anything over and above that goes to savings. So it's doing that homework before you even start.
Well, part of that homework, though, with your lenders as well, is how do they look at potential lenders, borrowers, when you've got maybe this question mark, how much will they
it
actually
can be quite
earn
hard.
for you?
They need a bit of a record, like a history of that income, and so if you're full commission, they generally would prefer at least a year to see how that's going.
Okay,
And
right.
the other thing too is if you're in the industry already, so if you're say a car salesman and you've gone from a salary to earning full commission, if you've been in that industry for a while, that'll help because they know you've got the experience and the history there to still earn an income, because that's what you've been doing in the past. As when you do a big change, you go from an industry to a completely different one as a commission sales rep, say, and trying to prove to the bank what your income's going to be, and they'll go, well, you haven't done this before, so how do we know? So you almost have to wait a year, even for yourself, to know that you can actually do it.
Well, you're selling yourself, aren't you? You really are, aren't you? You're marketing yourself.
Yeah.
So in that situation, you talked about what your partner is earning.
Yeah.
If you are going to go commission, it would be the best idea for one of you actually to have some stability.
Correct, yeah, if you can. Absolutely. We do have some couples that do save that one full income, and it's amazing what they can achieve.
That is incredible discipline.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
If worst case scenario is that something happens, I don't know, like an earthquake,
Yep.
and you are in an industry where you are 100% commission, how will the bank deal with you, and will they actually help you?
The banks are pretty good as long as you're upfront with them from the start. So if you can see potential issues arising, I always find you get onto them straight away, and they're normally pretty helpful. It's when you put your head in the sand and don't do anything about it, and your income drops and you can't meet all your commitments, your account goes overdrawn, they start dishonouring, they can't get hold of you, that's when the trouble starts. But if you get to them before that happens, you'll find they're actually pretty good, because they ultimately don't want to dishonour things or sell your house or anything like that. That's not what they're there for.
No. And it's an easy thing to do, is you just don't open up those letters. No caller ID, don't answer the call, things like that, isn't it? It's hiding away from actually fronting up.
Yeah.
So for us to come to you though, could you help us and manage our way through it then?
Absolutely, yeah. Been doing it long enough now to help. Like even before you start a new job, just to sit there and work through that budget and figure out, well, when can I buy a house? Based on my new income, because this is my dream job. I really want to do it.
Yeah.
When can I buy a house? And we can sort of sit there and project that out and go, well, look, give it 6 months, see how you go. If you earn this amount of money, then we can seriously look at it.
Oh, good on you. Some good, sensible advice. And again, it's back to that C word, just conversation, communication, talking about it.
Absolutely.
Good on you.
All right.
We'll see you in a fortnight's time.
Okay, thank you.
Rightio.
Cheers.
So, as we said, get in touch with Brent. Focus Financial Group, phone 0800 334 338. Fantastic website, ffgl.co.nz. Well, are you feeling peckish? Some spring rolls, some fresh spring rolls. We head into the kitchen now with Nourish, and it's Nicola.
fresh spring rolls are a popular dish, but they're a little fiddly to make. They're really worth the effort though, as they're great to eat. So I'm just going to put together some vegetarian ones today. You can make these with meat in, with prawn and pork in is a popular one, or chicken, but just easy to make with just vegetarian if you want to. So the first thing that I've got here is some rice paper. Now I'm just going to let that soak in some warm water and just soften up. So it only takes just a few seconds, and it doesn't have to be totally floppy, because as it's wet it continues to soften up even when you're using it. So I'm just going to leave that in there till it's just about soft and pliable, and I'll just take that out now. Right, so then you start filling up with all your lovely ingredients. So you just fill it up, not right to the ends, because you've got to be able to fold it up. So just a little bit of lettuce here, and you could use all sorts of vegetables in this. I'm going to use carrot and celery, and then I like to add a little bit of nuts, especially since these are vegetarian, but the crunchy salted nuts add a really lovely texture to this. And herbs are essential. So I've got some lovely mint here and some coriander. And not only does that add a beautiful flavour, it actually looks amazing from the outside as well. So I'm just going to fold this up. So you just tuck over the side like so, and then each end just fold in. Keep that mint leaf tucked in there, and just roll it over like a little sleeping bag. And you can see the lovely colours poking through there. So I'll just put that up there. Now I'm just going to make one more here. So again, just soak, and it doesn't have to be boiling water, it can just be warm water, and just let that soak through. And it just softens up almost instantly, but still has a bit of firmness to it, so you just need to take it out. If you leave it in there for too long, it's quite hard to handle because it gets quite soggy. So that will be enough. Just take that out. And again, so just a little bit of lettuce, some celery, a little bit of carrot, and some nuts. And this one, I'm going to add some noodles too. So I've got some rice noodles, and that's a good way to add sort of something that fills it up a bit, and some herbs. So there we go. Now I'll just wrap that up. So just from one side, just do it very carefully, roll it like a sausage, and there we go, tuck the ends in. So you can see the beautiful colours there, really amazing. So I'm just going to serve that with a dipping sauce, and the sauce I've got today is just a little bit of sweet chilli sauce, and about 2 tablespoons of sweet chilli sauce, and about a teaspoon of lime juice and a teaspoon of fish sauce. And that combination really is lovely, but you just don't want too much of those other sauces. So just add that in there. This dish is beautiful with a dipping sauce. So that looks lovely there. The greenery of the inside of those spring rolls looks beautiful. Now, these are best eaten fresh. Lucky they're so delicious that there's not usually any left. So I hope you enjoy making those.
Yummo, good times, love a fresh spring roll, so tasty. Now after the break, I'm so excited because there's a baby coming into the studio. I just love wee babies, especially when you can give them back as well after a cuddle. Jets and Northlands are here. There is a treadathon happening for Heart Kids. See you soon. Oh, yeah. We're rocking it down there. George on camera one. I can't believe he actually knows this tune. It's a bit old for you, love. 1976 when it came out. Kiki D and Elton John, but that's all good. Welcome, 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 ladies, to Canterbury Live. Especially to you, Maddie. How are you? Are you good? Big thumbs up? No, like, what are you going on about, lady? Stop talking to me. First of all, Lisa Edwards from Jets Northlands.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank
I was
you.
teasing you because we probably should have had a treadmill going on here to get it all
bit of
going.
running.
And wonderful mother, Sarah McCowan. Welcome to Canterbury Live with your beautiful Maddie.
Thank you.
Now, please tell us, Lisa, though, this weekend, very exciting. You're supporting a wonderful cause, Heart Kids.
Yes.
So tell us about Jet's involvement.
So it's on the 5th October on a Monday from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m.
Right.
So we've got 2 treadmills running for 12 hours and people come in and donate for a half-hour time slot. All the money obviously goes to Heart Kids. There's going to be lots of raffles. We've got silent auctions. We've got some corporate sponsoring some treadmills. So, yeah, it'll be a good fun day.
So it's glossed over a bit, but that's quite a long time.
It is,
So
it
12,
is. 12
so
hours.
2 treadmills
Yep.
for 12 hours.
Yep.
So a bit of a tag team high five.
Exactly,
and then-
yeah. Someone else jumps on, they finish their slot, they can run, they can walk, they can jump around.
That's fantastic. And do
pretty
you have to
good.
have a certain amount of time you must be on the treadmill for, as in each?
Yes, it's a
runner?
half-hour time slot. So you can book in 1, you can book 2, you can book...
Half an hour?
Yeah.
Do you have to run or can you walk?
Definitely run.
Obviously.
No. you can
So
walk.
30
you
minutes.
can go as fast or
That's
as slow as you like.
impressive.
Yeah.
I'll be like, like that. Could you do it, Maddie? You could put sit on it, couldn't you? You probably could sit down the bottom.
You could.
Sarah, obviously you're part of this because of your journey with Maddie.
Heart Children,
Yeah,
yes.
with Heart Children. So can you tell us a little bit about your family and how you've been affected?
Yep, Maddie is our 3rd child, and we found out at our 20-week scan that she was going to be one of these special heart kids. And I think it was about 30 weeks during my pregnancy that I was put in touch with 2 wonderful ladies, Debbie and Karen from Heart Kids Canterbury.
Right.
I met them for a coffee, and yeah, that was sort of my first experience with the organisation, and they've been there the whole way through our journey, haven't they?
So Sarah, for you, obviously a 3rd baby,
Yeah.
3rd angel, been there, done that. You had 2 others, so this
Yeah.
is, I've got this down pat, that's fine.
Absolutely, it's just meant to be.
But how did that affect your world, though, when you had that news?
Completely turned it upside down. I mean, we didn't even know about children born with heart defects. We'd heard of holes in hearts and a few other things, but Maddie's actually missing a ventricle, so she's got her left ventricle but not her right.
Right.
So we had to go to Auckland at 37 weeks, and she was born at Auckland Hospital, and then she had her first operation at 4 days old, and then another one at 7, because all the heart surgery is done in Auckland.
Yeah.
And Heart Kids Canterbury gave us a gift package and just toiletries and vouchers, and they told us all the ins and outs, and they actually put me in touch with another mother who had just been up there,
Yes.
so I could
Which is
find
great,
out
isn't
firsthand.
it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. It's not from a medical professional, but it's actually another
a mum,
mum,
yeah.
a mum who's going through
Who
it.
knows what
This must
we're going through.
warm the heart of anything for Jets, really.
Exactly.
So why did they come on board to support? Because, I mean, crikey, you could support lots of different charities and
Yeah.
support, but what was so special about Heart Kids?
Heart Kids is obviously non-government funded. They support kids from birth to the age of 21, so different to obviously like the Heart Foundation and things. So yeah, we just thought it was a great idea, obviously jump on board and help them out with their fundraising, as there is no government support.
Yeah. We've got some images actually we might just bring up on the screen now. Jets, though, for everyone that, wow, that's a bit surreal, isn't it,
Yeah.
really? But that's the reality. Oh, the wee cheeks. My goodness. Because the thing is, being a mum as well, it should be all gravy, all lovely and easy, and have the wee bubba and then you go home. But it's not like that for a lot of New Zealanders, and especially those with heart defects, isn't it, Sarah?
Yeah, absolutely. We were lucky that we knew before she was born, because there are a lot of families that don't realise until the children are here, and then they get rushed up to Auckland. And whereas we had time to prepare and get our heads around it a little bit. That's Maddie.
Look at Maddie!
Yeah.
Who's that, Maddie? But poster baby, that's it.
Yeah, with no hair.
With Jets Northlands, for those of us that don't know, you are a fitness centre.
We are.
Primarily.
Yep.
Apart
Yep.
from supporting a wonderful cause like Heart Kids. So
Yep.
who's Jets for?
Jets is, we're an everyday gym for everyday people, so anyone can jump on board. We're 24/7. We're a premium facility, and we're open 24 hours. So Yeah,
that is so
anyone
cool.
can come along.
How does a 24-hour, I've always been intrigued, how does that work when it's 24 hours? Do you have someone there 24 hours?
We're there 50 hours a week.
Right.
We've got staff there 50 hours a week, and then the rest of the time there's just a swipe card. You swipe at the door, and then you can come and work out at 3 a.m. if you like. And
Yes.
yeah, there's people there all the time.
Those shift workers, though, I suppose.
Exactly.
But I love what you said, though, for everyday people.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have lycra?
No, shorts and t-shirt, track
Isn't that
pants,
cool?
whatever you like.
Good on you. Good on you. Hey, thank you so much for coming in today and supporting Heart Kids.
worries,
And to you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Well done. And to
Thanks
you
a lot.
and your family. And Maddie, thank you for being here, sweetheart. I bet you talk everyone down later on. You'll be like this as soon as you leave here, won't you?
Absolutely.
Can you give me a high five? Oh, look at that big muscles, big heart. Thank you, sweetheart. Have a wonderful day. Rightio. After the break, we are joined by Kabian News and Saucy. Yes, it's Bonita Danger Doll.
How's about a few laughs? I could show you a good time. Let me show you a good time.
Gives me fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning.
Yeah, it's sort of grooving on down there with a bit of fever. Nice one. Up now, though, is a wonderful performance from Bonita Danger Doll. It's all about a wonderful world.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Caviar News, brought to you by Sign Plus and Canterbury Philippines Assistance Group. And there we go, from the fine Bonita to two fine young men sitting on the couch right now. G'day, Alfie.
Hi,
Are you
Andrea.
good? Are you behaving yourself?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry
nice
about
to see
that.
you again.
Yeah, you too. And you've brought a special guest today, Lance Morrison. Welcome, Lance, from Morrison Cars.
Yes, yep.
Now, it's a bit of a name here, a bit of a formidable name actually here in Canterbury, Morrison Cars, aren't you?
Yeah, we've done our best with over the years with happy customers, good business. So, yeah, I mean, that's all where it's grown from.
Sounds simple, but it's not simple though, is it? I mean, happy customers, I mean, you know, it's easy to throw those words out there, but to retain customers must be a big thing.
That's what we do. You know, it's if the customer leaves the yard and they're happy with what you've presented, you've got a well-priced car, you look after them. You know, it's a bit of a family atmosphere. You come down, have a yard, have a cup of coffee in the showroom, and
not be scared or intimidated.
No, that's
he's coming up to me. He's coming up to me. Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Yeah, and we like to sort of just be one-on-one with the customer and just sort of treat them how you want to be treated, really.
Yeah, it's simple business philosophy, but not everyone does it. Alfie, tell us about your relationship with Morrison Cars. It's quite special, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you for that, Andrea. But before I have to answer that question, I would just like only to greet my daughter, Clarissa, a happy birthday.
Today?
Yes.
We should have had her
Happy
photo
birthday,
up there at
Lam.
the start of the show. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. That's nice.
But anyway,
well done, Dad. Well done.
Talking about the Morrison Cars and the relationship within the Filipino community, at the very beginning, I don't know yet about Morrison Cars, and I just come to their place and buy a car for myself. And then later on, I just realized that Lance Morrison already had a very good relationship with the Filipino community. In fact, before I came there, the first Filipino who comes to your place was Ray Cajoles. And then that was the first time that he builds up a good relation with the community. And then the Morrison Cars have been involved in various events of the Filipino events, especially within our community. So especially mentioning about basketball.
Yes, we've got a couple of shots here actually.
Yeah, basketball,
of the
and
basketball,
also big events that we had, just like the Lubbock Children's Choir.
Well, it could be basketball there, but I very much doubt it. It could be in the boot. But these are a couple of the cars that are available. I love the old Jeep Wrangler. They're quite cool, aren't they? They're a bit of fun, aren't they?
That's actually the Mahindra Tar.
Oh, no way. Did you like that? Did you like that? It looks just like a Jeep Wrangler.
The Mahindra Tar is an off-road vehicle that we've just got in from India, so they're in a lot of the health and safety side of things now with, like motorbikes rolling over and that sort of thing. I mean, there's very good opportunity to sort of get yourself into something like that. That's
Can I ask you dollars?
That is 19.5 plus GST. So, but it's off-road use only. So it doesn't. So that's the point of it. So when you're matching it up against your motorbikes and your side-by-sides, it's a really good option, and that's the Mahindra Ute that we've got for sale. One of those is 23.5 plus GST starting from. So full drive.
It's good money, isn't it?
Yeah, built for Indian condition, so they're really strong. They're just a solid farm truck with no bells and whistles, but just.
But that's what you want, though. You don't want
exactly.
to clutter, do you? When you're out there doing what you've got to do. We did talk about the sponsorship, though, the basketball, and hopefully we've got those shots there for you now. Where are we? The tradesmen, the old tradesmen. So is this down in Ashburton?
No, this is in Christchurch. This is the Association of Filipino Tradesmen in Christchurch. And that's down in Ashburton, that one there. That's the Morrison Cars Cup down there. So we always sponsor that every year for about the last 5 or 6 years, and it's great. You go down there and sort of hang out and it's a good community down there, and I mean that's
Look at the smiles.
Yeah.
And those sweat and tears going to happen very, very shortly. My goodness. Okay. So where is Morrison Cars located then, Lance?
Corner Lowther and Main South Road, just before the Sockburn Overbridge. So yeah.
So Sockburn area, basically,
Sockburn, yes, yep.
down there. Okay. Oh wow, that's quite a big area you've covered.
Yeah, it is.
There, isn't it?
It's the old Turner's site. So my brother bought it and developed it, and did a really good job. And yeah, so that's where we are now. Sort of future-proofed ourselves against the moving of the city, and get something that's fit a lot of cars on, and people can sort of come to the showroom and be happy with what the.
Actually, you did right, because just quietly, if
and
you
car
are going,
parking is the main thing.
that's the car parking, because if you're going looking for a car, it's so frustrating if you're going to inner city car yards.
Yeah.
It's a world of, it's a world of cones. Where do we park in that? You've got loan cars as well.
Yeah, we have.
How
We've
does
got
that
a
work?
full workshop, full A-grade workshop. So we've got 4 mechanics in there, and it's really good if you live sort of out south of the city, sort of coming into town. You can drop the car off to Warren Fitness, cam belt servicing, general.
Oh, we like that.
Yeah, get a loan car, go into town for the day, and pick it up on your way out.
Yeah. This is a good story, though, as far as for the Filipino community. They're very loyal with each other, but if someone gives a good gesture and heart, like Morrison Cars, very loyal.
Yeah, that is what I'm trying to say, that very important the community, the customer service that they are giving to the Filipino community. So everyone comes there feelings like at home. They feels like at home even they will be in Morrison Cars. And that is why connecting the community towards to the Morrison Cars was really been a big, a great pleasure to the community, and it really helps a lot.
Yeah, so it goes a bit of both ways. We like to give a bit back to the community, so we've done, hiatus, gave a lot of money for a school back they got collapsed in Cyclone Haiyan over there and back in the Philippines when the big cyclone went through, and it's just, we like to be able to give a lot back to the community, and then the community comes and feel secure buying a car in a good place. They come in from overseas, and when I went overseas, I got looked after by a gentleman, so I just sort of I know what it's like. You're coming into a place that you're not secured with.
Also,
that's very good.
Yeah,
hey,
and also,
that's great.
We're looking also forward that we will be doing again another, just like what we did last year, Lance. The Morrison Company
hold
had.
that thought, sweetheart, 'cause we've got to rock and roll and go and pay the bills in the commercial break. So love you meeting you, Lance. And keep up the good work. Good on you. Okay,
you.
And there we are, Kabian News.
Kabian News, brought to you by Sign Plus and Canterbury Philippines Assistance Group.
Bit of Ray Charles. Now, hitting the road, Jack, is what you could do to maybe the negative people in your world. Karen Deegan, how are we this fine Monday?
Great. Thanks, Andrea.
But before we get into today's topic, which is very cool indeed, you've got a book coming out.
I do. It's going to be out within the next sort of couple of months. It's called Heightening Your Happiness, how to develop the skill of enjoying your life. So it's about how to be happy.
There it goes, there it goes.
Good.
And you've really been behind the whole cover of design there as well, isn't it?
Yes, it's been...
Your baby.
It's been my baby, and I'm really I can't wait to get it out. So, because happiness is actually a learned skill. It's just that most people haven't learned it.
Yeah.
So this book is about all the tricks that all the things happy people do, and all the things that they don't do.
Yeah, great. And it's in one handy book.
It is.
Sort of been like our happiness Bible.
Yes, exactly.
As such.
Yes.
Okay. So online, if you remember, Karen last time when she came on I said, what do you want to talk about next time? And she goes, well, let's ask the viewers what they want to talk about.
Yes.
So we gave you 3 choices, and I'll quickly go through them. First one was, people tell you every day that you're wonderful, but you don't believe it. How can you change your self-perception? The other one was, do you feel that you're ready for love, but no matter what you do, you just can't find Mr. or Miss Right? How can you make a successful love connection? And the last one, which was the one that everyone really gelled with, was, do you have people in your life that contaminate it with their negative energy? And how can we remove them from our world? So that's the winner. So that's our topic for today.
Great.
So not in 5 minutes to sum up how to get rid of them.
Not a lot.
But that is amazing that everyone voted for that one. So obviously there's a lot of people that have these people contaminating their world.
My first thought on reading that was, before we get rid of people out of our lives, there's 3 or 4 things that we need to do first, like do everything that we can do first before we look at exiting them. And one of the things I would do if someone's really negative is make sure that I don't let that affect me. And there's various techniques that I'll use with clients to help them to protect themselves from negativity. And here's just one that I use a lot. We're rebuilding, our house is demolished at the moment, and everyone who knows we're rebuilding insists on giving us all these horror stories about builders.
Oh, yay!
Oh, you've got to watch them, and I don't say anything, because when someone's a really negative person, there's no point saying the opposite, because they're not going to take it. So what I do in my head is I counter it with positive thoughts in my head. So they're yakking away, telling me all these horrible things, and in my head I'm saying to myself, that sort of thing doesn't happen to me.
Should we talk about example? Karen, you better watch out for those plumbers, because I've heard that they are just terrible when they're at your home.
Okay, so in my head I'm just smiling and nodding, but in my head I'm going, that sort of thing doesn't happen to me. I don't attract that sort of people. Things always work out for me. You're yakking away, and I'm giving myself all this positive feedback, so your negativity is not going in.
So you're putting a little bubble of positive.
And one of my clients, she's got a trouble with her partner. Her love partner is very negative, especially about money, and she's sort of building a new business and things are a bit tight, but she's really passionate about what she does and really absolutely certain she's going to do well. But every time she goes home, he's like, not to. So I just tell her, in your mind, when he's nagging on, because we can't change him, he thinks that way about things. In your mind, just say, I'm going to be so successful. I've got heaps of money. None of this is a problem whatsoever. And I just tell her to counter it in her mind.
So that's a good tool we can use. If you're getting that negative energy there, some people would actually walk away and think that's enough. But what you're saying is you actually need to put those positive affirmations in there.
Yes, you need to not only make sure the negativity is not coming in, but you need to counter it.
Right.
Because there's a number of things we need to do first, as I said, before we even look at exiting people from our lives.
How about if they're family? Well, that's it. You can't pick your family.
We can't always change our family, but one of the other things we can do is set boundaries. And by the way, boundaries is a chapter in my book.
Oh, nice segue there.
Shameless plug.
That's very good, yeah. Plug.
Because we oftentimes don't set boundaries with people's behaviour. And a lot of time we don't know how, and that's in the book how, but also too we have concerns. Perhaps a lot of my clients are a bit afraid of conflict, or they think it's going to be conflict, so they don't set boundaries. And that's one of the really important things with people in our lives. Once again, something we have to do before we think of exiting them.
Is setting those boundaries.
Setting boundaries with their behaviour.
If you can't get rid of them out of your life completely, if they're there for a reason, family or so forth, just set clear boundaries.
Well, we can let them know what is and isn't okay as far as how they talk to us or how they behave. I'm not saying they'll necessarily stick to them, but we can certainly let them know.
Okay. Going forth though, we definitely need to meet you if we do have these people in our world, so you can actually set us on the journey to actually eradicate them. Yes. Sounds like vermin, doesn't it really? But in some cases it could be actually. But a tool for us to take away this week before you go, if we have a person we just want to distance from.
I would suggest what I said about countering it in your mind, have some phrases or some thoughts ready in the pocket of your mind. So when you're with this person, you've already got these positive thoughts ready and you don't have to go searching for them.
Good. Could you even write them down?
Yeah, absolutely.
A little visual in front of you?
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Hey, look forward to next time with him. Don't forget that book will be coming up. You'll keep us updated on that. Some great advice, my lovely. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, Set Free with EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques. Phone 03 332 0526 and the website is setfree.co.nz. Now, make sure you join us on Wednesday. Ange Stone is here, yes, with fashion. And good old Jane from Mainland Dating, you know that gobby mouth she's got her. I'm sure it's going to come out on Wednesday. And Craig Adams, performer, will be here in the flesh. Take care, have a fantastic Monday. See you Wednesday.